Suas na céimena an tá chuin as sí síos an na sí cháin éirlah chum an bhúclas gail agus an tuachtarán agus an siúrapa a mecht suas an is chun sí síos na sí cháin an san mar a bhaid maitha agus mórhuisle clíhánach leo agus an tá éidir ta bhaile fear fortláidge is stig sa chólan san. Elve, McReinel an son. Agus an is Terence Murray an Leminich an Moltoy agus an adóg á héide ag Terence a déalach ó muidí. Fuirin a déalach ó muidí. Fuirin analóidir ar fad ag an ngailig agus dála chobradáren agus tug bhfuil míad fiochantere ina himirt de bhd ar súd ó chluithe le cheannis bhfuil bégan go fortláige chuma a imirt in aig chobradáren. Fuirin fortláige an sa agus níor buach riamh a gréibh ile éireann fortláige gan éon róh ar na minúid gan éon róhíl in is chud fortús leis gluchista méidir dahad a hocht agus méidir fihanna iad a buach a chana méidir hocht out sí an 10 blion a bhuaig an gaiile Gréalach ó muidí an slitar in a láidige agus cehar a lápáidge maccilar ná agus gannach an slitar caiitisteach agus tús cura leis an imirt agus portláidige i dtéirigh dullar in ónsaí Seán Joseph ó Rónáin isteach an son go dtí Derek McRa ach tá buite a siúd agus an slitar glanta amach ag na chúdá Donabháin ó Donabháin i dtéirigh chud go dtí teag glán gannach ach Pádraig O'Donnell captain na fórne builte amach ag a siúd haris an Daimhlíne agus uncle Pádraig, sné Pádraig, Jim Weir bhí sé éireann chuig an é portláidige snéan sanna i lénig agus cholam ó dothirtaigh cholam a chuid an cúlsan cúltáchtach an aig cíl chuinnig Pop Schlesa don ngailig ag imirt naig na gaithe Hadar ó Calig os na sáisialig an in Council Hogan Nimmer leis na gaiidim scoilin a níos cúisce bhuiil isteach a láislí hana femú ge sémas ó na chúid na chúrach a bhóla amach go dtí Antonio Gearabháin chuinte an Gearabháin ach go deas ag téagháin brunach ach an dí caiithid sannaige agus Hadar ó Calig Dola Jones titir bhuiil isteach le Hadar ach blant amach go deas an son Jojo Hanfaí go rééis Seán brunach isteach an son Roada ag téag na láimid léis Seán brunach tá lápáidge Snéan sanna i mecht amach Bhulbáide Pádraig go Harnáin Witin Wayne Scrippenson ag Maso Finé Steach go dtí Raymond O'Riordan Alís cinnte ag Raymond agus Puxéir an ngailig. Ballad don na chúd, Croke an Council, ag na chúd ó Donabháin a harach amach inis, agus corpaíocha a heid na chúid, agus ó tír chuna le bháthid. Aig na gaithe, anna chóngracht an Daimhlíne, Hadar ó Calig i Córach, i meach na bríomach amáin, Pop Schlesa na portláige. Éit más ó muidí sansan, Réimid uncle Eddie Kelly, the Home Farmer, Shasta Home. The Hay Hoping Council. Jaffe Anthony o Gearabháin o Port Paul. Poigur scoil Heilvig Máisi. Agus David Ahead Andy. Or Money of Douglas. Dir Gertig Derek McRacketson. Arazoige, Eddie Boyd, for sé óbóhin. Just na minúid fel Bláibli in Elin. Council to get a mach Irish with Daimhlíne. Agus Puck Daimhlíne a hútigan muir don ngailig. Nigel ó seachtasig. Bhaile locharíoch. Sé huidan an udig chomá. Agus leis na gaiidim scoile. Réibh éireann aige leis na gaiidim scoile. Agus Sean O'Cortráin im Hinish Grí Dara O'Quan Tarsa Anna Chreen Jagná ach roada I Himna Live chance Master Moonson ag Dara O'Quan Macri.
Galway certainly look to be settling a lot faster and willing to have a shot at goal at every opportunity. Waterford being a little bit slow to settle, but that's to be expected. It's a totally new experience to be playing here in Croke Park.
Wiltjamach, I go hard 9. That's a pile of Dollar John Tippett. Step the Joe Raymond I Rien. Raymond. Here get Henry Polo Flynn. Again take a pole. Pole support of the Dollar Gehin. Harry for his shaft back to Gadisige. Agus on a pole that's on the Yellow Polo Flynn. The British left in Counson. With the pole more off all and one to that. Agus pole. Here we get Yellow by Eddie. Wallace Stefan Leonton.
Well, that's terrible marking by the Galway defence because they allowed Paul Foley to sneak inside. They were so anxious to get Paul Flynn out of the danger zone. Nobody whatsoever. And it gave Liam Donoghue no chance.
Martin Passo, Polo Flynn, Gidi Polo Paulo, Agus Portloy Giffin Key.
That's exactly, Micheál, what the Munster champions wanted, a score just to settle them. And I'm sure that they would have been satisfied with a point, but what a great boost it is to get a goal.
Gidi Anna Hoos. The Portloy Agus Shahet, Polo Flynn, Dollar Joe and Fitted reached. Down the hit Dalla, because Anna Hulach, Mardigat, Mosso here, Liga D said. Shahet Moss attacked the Maclish Schlippit. Agus Burgson, Mishnach the Moss. Sorry, he got reached to get Shemus up the Hui. Shahemi Hollow Donoghue, Lachupla, Liam. Macht de Waiko, und Tamani Bus, de Moin. Wigan Ochtau, de Gaili, wie gaat Moint, de Bussen. Macht het zo, die Chance nach. Dan is het Tano Sheep voor, dat is Shahe, Sean Chosidoro 9. Sean Chosidoro 9, Sean Oro 9, hij maakt de sterkte voor. Also Haley, Agus Polo Flynn. Agus Polo Paulo. Shahet the Hudo Donovan. The Hollow Lynch kick. Agus Mosso Fine. Polo Post in the Dallum. Shahemi Hollow Lynch kick. Went to go home to get Yodo Harakli. And a Lloyd edition. Anna Irach Doch Lloyd. And Alvin in game the live edition.
It's amazing really what a score can do for any team, because once Waterford got that goal they seem to be hurling with more confidence and certainly playing with a lot more passion now.
Agus Shahet pull Boyd na Gaili. Diemo Donoghue. Mailiv en Mike na Guihin. Get left. Also Paolo Agus. Gimme him wig. Agus Deshinish again Mailiv. Back to step. Hadro Kelly. Hallo Lynchke, ik ben geweken. Ze hebben het op de goede reach. Haar had je een van de kosten gepad. Wint het vast te geven niet. Was over die is. Derek McGrath, daar witte of Derek Alperson. Geen wonderbaan nog. Allemaal de horting. Derek heeft de wereld. Kan die Sean O'Cortráin. Aan de kosten gepad je het zijn het was over die. And then come on, you let him roll it. Back to Lord Boykin. Sean shows him over 9. They make him up, Parish of Devlin, Hook Devlin, the Boykin. The Conno Shea, Hook Council. Unpillishu, the Freddie O'Brien, and Taylor O'Brien. We didn't, in the year, didn't 5 and 9 for Boykin. Reached, Mosso Haley, sticks of Niggas, Impossible come on. Ach, ik heb Parish of Devlin, Goal of Polo Flynn. Agus Martin, Hook Devlin, just the dish. Conno Shea, Hook Council. And Lord Poitke. Wilt to go heat again. Agus Lagier up to Fish again. Ar Will, Sean Brunach Council, Amach Parish of Devlin. Conno Shea, the Mother Line. If they're the Diego, it's the other. Here, analog,
Very poor effort indeed, and with Waterford having wind advantage, they would really want to be dropping those in around the house and causing a little bit of panic in Galway.
Gan mehe ach 8 nómatí imre agus in scór bháin tá aimse hit bhdínsa ag polo fáú, púla go siúd agus sinna méid. Mar sin ní na fórne, so chuir síos rómha fós, éag an den dáide. Gan also bhí Pidden Baltasa, Jodio Harfai, Anna Lloyd in her father, Anna Willie, Aha Roada Captain, Roada in the Lloyd edition.
That just shows as well, Micheál, the strength of the breeze, that the players are going to have to adjust very quickly to the strength of the breeze. And I'm just thinking again, just fast forward to the senior match, Ger Cunningham spoke out. It'll be very interesting to see how the Kilkenny boys cope with it.
We need a play. Anna Lloyd in her father stuff, or get the Lloyd edition, but get the Lloyd play. What's come on? Pizza, like I said, hit it on the sea, son, another Kelly. Look to Gadesiga, could he show up for Croin? They shouldn't get the Gadesiga, Dave Londrenach. My share score, I saw it, and yes, get also Medisa, the Shellige, Dave Londrenach, went to stuff with the Chase Muscular Nog, the Gift Polinica, Muscular Nog, you have to give it some possible revision.
That's a good score. Declan Walsh worked very hard there from Carnmore to gather possession, and he was well marked. Good refereeing decision as well, because he allowed him the advantage. And Francis Ford is definitely the Galway player that the tribesmen will be looking for inspiration in this match.
Derek McGrath, when it was the Dean is blue with the board fade, I have waited both the side. I'm sure Sean shows the go on nine. It's just a meal of oil, Johnson, they polo follow. One to mark, and Ed and Way, I guess, 3 shift and 9. Hello, Leachke, Interro, you get Bosso Kyla. Kyla, good evening, Todd O'Shea, I guess, Roada, a paper live edition. Chancellor, Ogoromu, you get Port Lloyd.
There are 10 minutes now gone, and Galway are only just 2 points behind, playing against a very strong breeze. And just every time Galway seem to attack, they seem to have the ability to beat the Waterford full back line. A little bit worrying, I would imagine, for the Waterford mentors, even at this stage.
Marshans, Van Kylen, Achulin, and Derek, Chase Denomati Imra, Shahid Natisha, Edon Sea, the Sean shows the door on 9, and after staff, and the David Bertha Harlisha, Port Lloyd get Ribbish and the Pauline dance after the Sean shows.
Good point by John Ronayne from Dungarvan, and it's exactly what Waterford needed at this stage, just to settle themselves after that great goal. But they need to be taking every opportunity. They worked very hard for it. Did well.
Sean shows agus they made Bertha hard shoot Rocky agus Micheál me nóid fe bhí agus fithe agus sín for Lloyd agus hénig it nó go me sé gimar na sín foma. Lots of these son agus talís dienta Más get ag Londrenach Marsin hog séir das na déise agus Sean Joseph ó Rónáin I hog Council agus le cór na glíthe aus déine á raith a Council. Jo claim the log at play Harish and Line Shachron.
Really, from that distance, players should be just trying to drop it in, even with wind advantage, because the strength of the breeze is so much that it could easily, particularly with the whirlwind that's around Croke Park, take the ball, take the slipper away.
Agus úmpas ar Rhine stochen a Sean P. McGill-Fodrig, no Paul O'Flynn, Hogan Council, Marshaliet, Jeff Naw, Hogan the Puck and the Slayer. Rodio Harpay, High Gimmer Tanava, Cousin Tanava, went to Macadie Lord Poinke, Hogan Council, make a move, Agus an ish, Shahe, Dara O'Quan, Agus Jessica Dara. Dara after staff, a Ruha Rayaner, Biddy, Sean O'Corcorain, Rodrigo Donald, Agus Shepas up the Hui, the Corup, Agus the Nedinlay, Rovaga, Shahe, Rodrigo Donald in top lane. Agus Anna O'Lan, I think of Rodrigo Donald. I had it there, also Haley, Agus Polo Flynn, Shahe Polo Flynn. Cahir fi Shach Fidis agus best team for them both is led Mahalo Moore, but then you've got Halish and Ted in it Mulford.
It's very obvious, Micheál, that Paul Flynn is a marked man here at Croke Park this afternoon, because every time he gets it, there's not one, but at least two Galway players chasing after him. And as Paul bursts through, look at that, they have the left corner back and the wing back chasing after him. And it's because of this tight marking that Waterford got the first goal, because they were so busy watching Paul Flynn, they allowed Paul Foley in.
Agus Paula Hénig hoping in puck save. Agus Colleen again Paul Flynn the front line. Cahir I fiche hocht yn isbydys against the chwef promoters. Stíl klasicach again Barsa. Shahe full body. Be mod on the hole. Eric McCraft. Again of Rowie. Nora hig a gas. So. Shana Fortran. It's a Fortran. And it's on the Salaya. Sorry, did he hit a shams up the hole? A reached Magera for Jana Fortran.
Again, Galway full forward line seem to have the ability to beat the Waterford full back line a little bit too easily from my money's worth at least.
Rodrigo had 9. Agus leis John T. McGillipodrick. Stecha Joe Fairlinen. Ach, Portlaige an a foul captain.
Yeah, we now have almost 15 minutes gone in the first half, and still, despite that very strong breeze, just leading by 1-2 to a point. And I'm sure the Waterford mentors will be trying to tell their forwards to drop the ball in, because when you're playing against strong breeze, mistakes can be made.
Ongrupten Dave Linegas. Eilif. Den ontrieb wat je stappen desgedien. Bara ook aan, Shahed Dara. In de uitbeeld. Anna Friege. Anna Horuk en Sunday tegen Massa Menisa. Anna Hotsenka jenne bege shoot gedisa. Agus we ik prachtige des tegen Massa Kyle. Hier mag op Maas. Polo play tegen Massa Haley. Shahed Massa Haley. Quinta Rohige Polo Flynn. Agus reached best teamful at goal, Wout de Sonach, Shahed Massa Fini. Machkedi Raymond O'Rien. Shahed Raymond agus Calamora pocket the Yaudigan. Het is Dakedi Polo Paulo. Zet de hershoot. Quinta Machet Sonniget, de goede Donovan. Die Calamora. Mora aan de grond dan bij Vlienen. Hallo Linske, en Erik zit er een god, dan hebben we hem af. De Breem Kamoin, Moshi Berisse. Hadden ook Kelly, ook ik een kort bij Vlienische, dan ga je leven. Sean. Kelvin Chinchlitter. Mas. Steffansson bij die Dave Long erna. Dave Long, met de Jerry Vigan aan de Stefan, die alle waaide. Zo, dat deed het. Het had ik al doen. Een lang volle in kan het van de bolle maken. Het kan ook zien. Dus zo heet vol op in is. Je hebt bij mij hallo spelen. Spelen nog. We moeten maken. Agus Kalish Jensen and Nigel O'Shaughnessy of Mila Locharia.
Lovely pull there by Fintan O'Shea earlier from Port Law. Ground stroke, ground hurling, magnificent to watch.
Then Nigel. Agus Pop 15, agus Beder gemechan Voltoid in South Brelach o Mudi. Agus West Evelyn en nog een tootje stekele. Agus een kinny cash die het finishing en mooier stolen. En band erna, een hoop in kansen. Dan daar een moer, agus besjesjo. Ogerogen dat de menu de riest en dentje goed. Dan nog kort bruin. Beide best, hier buiten. Agus hadden ook Kelly gekoren. Hawaii tegen Godo Hanfee. Zo heet die het laat vanaf. Mag we die Padro Kelly. Chance to Padro. Agus Colleen daar tegen Padro.
Fine score by Peter Kelly. And despite the ability to block down the ball by the Waterford defence. They're very slow to get rid of it, clear it further. And it was great work by Declan Walsh here. He saw his colleague Peter Kelly outside him, and a very good score considering that it was an awkward angle and playing against the breeze.
Hadro Kelly, Sostel is Johnson, agus Imidin Cheshud, Efrin Chincher na Sarshelach. Hossin Kamahanson, Michal O'Donnell the Hole. Anna Tevina, Oliver O'Donnell over him up. The Hennigas Michal O'Lynchki. O'Donnell, Rovaha. Also Fini. Anna Horka, Yana Bigat Lost for these Sagas. Anna Hossin Koma.
Interesting to see, Michal, that Declan Walsh has now been brought out to right half forward in the Galway attack.
Shohe Raymond O'Rien, agus Dishin is the football. Winter Hugger Glowkinson, Shohe Paul O'Clain, Anna Contour, Neil Avoid. Anna Havard is sticking to the game. Oh, a hole in the leg, Paul O'Clain.
And really, that is marvellous play by Paul Flynn. Once he got the ball, once he picked it up, there was trouble immediately. Now watch it from here. Immediately Galway were in a state of panic. The opening was there, touch of genius, and a brilliant save by Liam Donoghue. But again, the pull forward was left available. Very good score for Waterford.
Mashin hole again, pull up all over these. Shahid Island, because Dish again Island. Anna Hossin, gets again, Podigo Doman. Agus a mechtastach, déag lán brynach, Eirach túd ar ís, de lecháraiche. Os yn toed i fod loed gyd, dianaf gyma hennish, agus toed i gyd doch Olsen anafis nechtoed. Los o Kyla. Sáraiche, i gemi halod yn y chw. O Medisa, agus o Lynchki, beth eile. Gwyrtastach hennish, gyda Sean o Corcoran. Gansig Sean, agus Pauline Sean.
Yeah, it must be the Waterford are going to have to do something about this man, because he has the facility to mark his, to beat his marker James O'Connor from Lismore a little bit too easily from a Waterford point of view. Good player Sean Corcoran, and a very good point.
Medin Shinchers le, Bailan Dedin. Agus Quisha Gusquil Gusquil Huidi. Gusquil Hostinche Guidi, but you're Tamara. Agus Quilish Belladoid, Noel Durkin, Echoma, Noel Durkin Rio. Foxair, Vegansa, the Fort Lloyd. Noidi, Fort Lloyd and son. Agus, El Ganiat for him, Agus Vida Rocky and a bidder. Oloflin, Agus Anna Pauline Pole.
Beautiful strike of a ball, Paul Flynn. Hit it perfectly right over the crossbar. And he really is the player in terms of minor ranks this year.
Agus start no Jimmy ahead. Shoot there. The hole there. Man have Fort Lloyd, it's the Shinchit. Fodering. Shaft out it, back change the father. It's Mosso Pilot. A lot on the hood and island. Yergi Wallagadi or Corcoran, a Shiamasok the hood like Hele. Shahé take long Brana. Any hero that you can take long. I know what I can say, Emma Mehe. Sheikh Coulini, I don't afford me. We don't have Kay, or Foster de la Salle. We didn't let for claw. Now more Pada. Agus. After Joe and Pavlina. We'll have a vohin, but Pavlina, Sean P. McGillipodrick. Agus me hollow on the hole. Finish Anthony O'Keefe. Witter shoot Homa. Plan Tomach and son again the Hudo on the vine. Lord Poitke. Maroko wine at Harakadi. Full boyd it. Rodrigo had 9. Shoot the day she lake Elitson. Jodo Harki, then you could. I guess a reach count Joe Pado Dude. I guess sound Todd Jarrettson. Oh, Jarrett should go boyd it. agus a ríist an a hábháil diantagan an a chosan diantagan líam ó donna chó fé hónsan. Ach seo hé Paul O'Flynn, ach é siad súl gíarach mead ar fól, an íarach twig. Agus an a chosan do chahal móra, bhfuil tamach go dí mi haló donna chóige, chosan twa diantaga, Póla hyn a gael un Balcason. Get fe leger, inis, I guess the deisha. Agus a Council went to the live edition, I get most of pile.
Waterford are getting far greater benefit out of dropping the ball in around the square, because as a result with the wind it's creating a little bit of panic, and Paul Flynn and Paul Foley have a great understanding. That high ball dropped in, it could have gone anywhere. That was a missed opportunity by Junja Ronayne, but great defending by Galway. Give credit to the full back line. But that all came about as a result of the high ball into the square.
Agus dat no Polo follow shit for here all look at it shit for the Malcolm. Stig me all avoid it. So hit Mosso Fini. Or floor. Or Valley Red with your camera. Agus an the fight issue. Again we into Ine. Valley Red. Balthasar, Paul O'Flynn, a hopig an Poctave Line. O Valley Honade, agus Jasper Share Skull de la Salle. You have Wiltshire Council, you have Wiltshire Council again. Agus marsin deisiile for a múca, agus na chuideá donna bhain. Achtamach, bhfuilte go maithige. Sára hinsan ige Antonio Ciara bhain. Agus a cosin de Baltas a Pedro Callig agus Calís dianta Pedro. Siar a mes na gosan pwyddi. O'r lai siachor Pedro, a lohad na hwydi.
John P. Fitzpatrick just swinging a little bit too much there. More of an accidental blow than anything else.
Marsin Pedro Callig, sin tyd y dalof, agus cwrlau siachor Pedro, agus dim o'r sesiw, le gaidym sgwylina, le gaidym sgwylina na gaeli, le gaidym sgwylina pwntau na gaeli, marsin bawn ili eid yn ygge, agus imirin che le sinchir, imirin che sinchir leis na sarsielig, cafgalor, eid a chos o rysht, agus nid, mwyntir na nation. Pachtaríist ag Pedro Callig an Pedro dynach na chalíisir. Winter naisiige go dí mi chaló dún na chó. An o cort cráin, córach go tún leis siamasach na chóid. Pachta inis, ag dara og a pachta inis ag colm o da hortig, colm o mechta stechan, parafoid ag cón, pachtach dóid a hól drohiarach do colm.
Great effort by Colm O'Doherty from Ardrahan. Fine player, I've seen him in the past at schools level, and he's a player of great potential. And in the second half, I think that Paddy O'Donnell, the Waterford fullback, will have his hands full if there's plenty of high balls dropping in. Just mishit it. He did all the approach work very well.
Marsin disgwrolo, for a move ag ngailid, ach gwreicwys o chlodir, yn y gwyni sy'n hyrle. Achta gydas yn syn, ag y pynsias mag gilaf nawa. Agus an a rwyd diantige. Beth na chwyd o tyn o fain i fi iawn, ach wyliau pachtige, un os.
Superb run by the Galway man, and you just have to keep an eye on Tom Morrissey coming into picture on the right. A high challenge there, and not to be encouraged at all at minor ranks, and certainly a booking offence.
Beth na chwyd o tyn o fain, agus cwrlau siachorid. Captain na gaeli, agus dimmer sé seo pell agus a maint le áiste bhuidi. O an pen duine ó chahar na gaeli táide bhuidi, nó choman liam i bhilísta, ag capcalóra na hasab a ríist, agus a sin captaine, ar a bhís ar áilir. Deisinis, ta ará cúáin, bhulí na gaimsiú, agus tá san diantaige.
A very important score, because Galway, as the half-time whistle is getting a little bit nearer, very much in contention.
agus sin farile imiríon peile agus amánaíoch láiste bhuiide Dara Hénig smakgelar ná, se he makgelar ná inis a bhla amach go dtí Dara an éim chománaige aché sin déanta go deasaige Ort chosan a dhéanamh stigige Padraig O'Donnell agus is stofa hen balgasan ige Colmód a Hurling Díam chórach an son ach ar sin líne ar seachrán in Éireann.
And again, that hesitancy by the Waterford defence to clear the ball efficiently and quickly, but well turned out to be their downfall.
Marsin hén, ha portláige an cín, Búcúlíní fara spáid, agus sin in recht nómat nó marsin de le hama. Cadró cealaigh a ríiste, fosan an gaile. Bes scorála I gceist na déise, ach roáda I téim na láidig lé. Osó Tylanson an tadlá páitce, agus sé ahead John, na hirlach mór na nóg sa chuntaí.
Interestingly, Waterford have moved Paul Flynn now to left half forward as the half-time whistle approaches.
Agus más ó chinné, tar a háid dhéanamh sár chosan te fadóid. Dierig Raymond ó rian I vinteach. Tá haló mógad grad súleanna híire, se hé seán tíma gila Padraig. Agus roáda I téim na láive disisi. Bhí go úmcail sú de Declan Fitzpatrick I gimmert le Gaileh le gimmert le Portláirge sna seachtáidí agus bhachan scórálaí agus bhach mánaí chun foxéir chun Harris an Drasnán. Se hé seán brenacht an Gaileh. Ní halló línsci, óbhagah más ó maríos an baltasa. Ní hall go fólín, dhéanamh isteach go deas, agus anna cholínig a ní halló línsci.
Michael Lenski has certainly earned his keep with that most valuable point, and as you can see by our caption there, half-time virtually upon us, and just 4 points between them, despite the fact that Galway are playing against an extremely strong breeze. He had to work very hard for it, despite Tom Morrissey's best efforts, and it went over the bar.
Agus sehe an lehama an adóg séite ag an multóid mar sin Gaileh stásta go maiile ó hen to fiad le martí.
I'd certainly think that Galway will go in very happy because they have wind advantage, not that that guarantees success. But trailing by just 4 points at half-time, playing against the breeze, I feel that Galway will go in at half-time very confident.
Two opportunist goals for that Waterford team in the first half have been the difference really between the sides. But we'll be discussing that first half and what we may see in the second half with our panel. That's after the commercial break. So join us.
Again.
That's after the commercial break. So join us.
Again. Gaileh de Princeas McGillop now. Winterstech, John Foley, Anna Pauline, Anna Hoos is a panel again. Princeas McGillop now.
That's a great score by Francis Ford, and that's exactly what Galway wanted, a quick score to settle them and take advantage of the wind.
Marshall, C. Paulini, idir na fórne. Agus se he. Padraig go had 9 in naig na gríhe, agus William a bhfuiltige in naig na gríhe. Pongrucht an Dave Líne. Olof Leinitson, gimmert te mus na leftasa he. Gerigi Wallesteach, tá bhuiid an baltasa. Cadró Calig. Agus deisinis den Gaileh. Decha Jo, díal a bháide, Colmód a Hurling, agus an cúl bháide, seansige, Colm. Ach go bháide, the live edition, Neon son, e Gaileh.
That was a lucky moment for Patrick Harn because, of course, we have to, in fairness to the goalkeeper, emphasise that at half-time here we had quite a heavy shower and the slippery conditions making it difficult for everybody and a nightmare moment for the goalkeeper, but he was lucky.
Agus Marsin. Tá, leis na déise. Remi halló do na fúl. Princeas McGillop ná, tar a chuidir Paulín ó chéidir. Stecha Jo Philip. Agus Sean O'Curtain. Seansige Sean, a míle bháide. Agus Harris a Drasnán, Paulín ige Sean.
That really should have been a goal, Micheál, and Sean Cochran again has been causing problems from the moment this game started, and I'm surprised that Waterford haven't made some alteration to their full-back line. I just feel that he is a match winner inside there.
Agus Sean dar nó ó bhailen didín, an áit céanna le nó léin, agus duine míid có frón le Noel, Margaret Callach Vahid, Margaret, she may have win Lena Fearne, or Valiant Diddy, Sean, I guess I give her down the Vahansa about the Croke. Anthony O'Keefe wine, Fort Claw, I guess they did Spraga Hookus Nation, also Pilot. Dishitson, get Polo Flynn, and Roade at Hemelavic Clay. Martian Anahus, correcting I live, Lisha Tatala. I guess getting that awfully the Fort Lloyd. The amount on the hook, say Hennigus me hall, beg a lot of hit, I tell you, Rukasu, that it do Yagano. I guess Kademar round for us, Yannick Shadow, that one each trade and hate. I guess Shahid, Sarah O'Quan, and after staff, on the Kyola pasta, from Oil Vastig, the father go hot now in your pot. I guess. Wiltse is John Pavlini. John P. Macula Podrick. Agus Pop Pavlini in the gown to Nilin. Princess Macula no. She has to put Shach on Oils in the artist. Anna Agus Vina is bad, Martian. McLean on the va. Hallo Lynchki. Agus Vierach Sarah get Pantano Shea. Agus Kalish Genta in Pon. Russian. Pokamach. Pokot Loirgi. Pokot Loirgi. Naar Boogweveren in 5 minuten in de Eden. Afwogen Dieseke. Tegen Naegus daar de hoog. Agus geen Boerwoningen in Nijleven. Nog dood 3. Pantano Shea. Met hem 8 dag Rimshoe. Agus Derek McGrath an Chesoigus doch de boys, agus Dinnegus Nadines Lou de boys, Goste Hinson, or Leishacher Derek, Kappel Rondish. Anna Free Fad ige Derek. Agus Komt be an diaga vi sé na in dimmer night contact live vi live level hinige, mas ta sé sédia, lo hat huide be sé og lo hat tak live li enele, as sé land stift, agus land ke og, agus Rimboer. Borlai Shachared, agus the Derek Nille stop. In Capcalo, agus Pop. Vi har låt dem på the fly in. Det är inte over, live det är det då jag går på. Kita machen la hooplo. Op in Roade wel. Vi har Harris en Line naar Shacharo.
It was a lovely sideline cut there by Michael Donoghue, and that sort of ball is going to put the pressure on the Waterford defence if it's a little bit better directed.
Adrigo har 9. Kosinskoma, Bedisa. John Pavline, Alder der Welle. Smith, Maso Fini. Anna Pavline. Kosinskoma, Maso Haley. Padro Calic, agus é sin géanta go deasta go padar. Olabod a hortig. Hef colm agus é anna láidir a Rodrigo Dorman, a hagóhanda, colm a leis a rís. Agus súleanna gíar finna héir agus is flug sríví go colm in every.
Well, he's a good player, Colm Doherty, but a small bit of selfishness creeping into his play there because he had players available, and I'm sure that if he had used them, that could have come to a far better advantage to Galway.
Osligen Riley, nos na bhí his tardala, de Rochulí, nach sinnevel diento hinniku, ach sin Rochulí in fara scórigus na déise to go me. Sias Macgillab ná. Agus é Corvara sige, vi ní Derbon, Runach. Milan, á bóla staff. Olabod a hortig. Derek í hólm, den Roger, Richard, í Gróðu Haraki. Nach í Gróðu. Rieni Derek í bóla staff, ach Shahen Donovanach, na Fúido Donovan, achtamach lehe. Har ná Pálke, Sean Brunach, Roade, et hemna live edition.
And again, Galway now having the same sort of mistake that Waterford had in the first half, of wind advantage, not satisfied to drop it in around the house. Being a little bit too adventurous.
Danach agus fréile éidir a gesú é móí na giise fan irí, be sé ógó a ríiste bliintú. Agus na focan amachas pád a túling é hir in a bheith hall an Barkinson an actilisian Ardán. Ita so in a bheith an Tano sé sin gin a bheith an Tán. Sin is sé gin an Barkin, an Tán am achtas staff, go deafan son gani Raymond O'Rien, in Neil Avoide, had a gynnig Raymond, Hurling.
Good score by Raymond Ryan, but if he had shot a little bit earlier, I'm sure that they'd be raising a green flag instead of a white flag. But I think Waterford will be happy with Raymond Ryan's point at this stage. It was well won by Fintan O'Shea. He really took it on. It was a hospital pass, but he did very well to control it. And he was capable of taking on the Galway defence. And inside was Raymond Ryan from Naomh Breed. And if he had hit it there was every possibility of a goal, but had the confidence to go a little bit further.
Raymond Darno, ar a hána gyd y bort, mar o'n o dyn, sa chluhe a fflif na gyd co-sgôr, yn ai cobrador na gysoed cyn o hyn i gyd, mar gywyn barad y brwn yn captain i fi co, irchyn rwy o lahar na wedi, agos marsin che podrig o domil yn captain i harco o hyn, o ffyrir y brwn o'ch irchyn rwy. Marcel o'r no, Stephenson, gyda Daro Cwan, gantig y Darren, agos lagi ar o'ch do ar yn fawr.
A little bit unlucky really, Dara Cohen from Clarence Bridge, because he did everything right there, just off target.
Agus bhí Dara yn y captain yn o'r neu cehardiag agus te siediag na gailí y goran Tony Forrestal agus yn un y cwop gylwrs ta hige marsin imert gys y gwnt hei agus y wyl Mihal o Lynchgig y gymecht yn boed ne Mihal mi hyd yn boed agus ond o di tac y boed Sean o Midi.
At the other end, Mihal, Raymond Ryan has been switched to centre half forward and Derek McGrath has moved to corner forward.
Madisha, in an unseen. One more order, Stacca Joe, Deal avoid it. Agus Roada, it in the lobby play. Sean Midi, honey, get a board coach in it, or Kill Connery, Floyd it, watched it. Raphael. Medinson, will to Trastiga, a Sora hit, you get lots of pylon. Agus, Puck Sayer, no hit, you get Nadisha. Jodo Hartway, Harahak got Sul Yerga Mahatson in Mara Okwan, and we don't load it. Watched it, Dillis L. And so first law with the Stephenson to get Raymond O'Rien. Joe and Lini Pool, Sarah Higgamy Hollow Spelloin. Spelloin of Omaka Joe, Lord Poetke. Agus Kalish get that Mohanson, Ed Mosso Feeney.
Tom Feeney has impressed me actually, Holly, because he's been playing very solid at left half back without ever being spectacular. And when he gets the ball, he has the intelligence to spread it out and always try and find a colleague in space.
Agus dar nód tradisiwn glófar am an echte I gesú agus I gan hailach le bailí ghail lug chwilin ho bailí ghail I gymar riaf na gyda mapi I gymar do Shahe Iodo harchi Fort Bloch Stish dy fac gila fodrig gach I erach torach Lot o caila agus I mihi wig siwd Yn pan o she Winchell in town, agus o Midi, Sean, a hwynig gyda bod go chi enibin. Elm Joe Fada o Sean. Roedd ymach, Seamus og na chwy. Wytyn Seamus, agus anna ish ag ynghaelid. Fai sé cwl, I fai gan a hafoel y ffad, Dinton. Mi ôl I Dinglon, dynach, agus anna hafoel, Dinton, gyfodr go harnain.
And again that Galway, the left flank of the Waterford defence looks at times to be very easily exposed, and James O'Connor losing out very easily here. There's goal written on here, but the goalkeeper and Tom Morrissey, the right cornerback, did exceptionally well. But even then when they got the ball, getting a little bit hesitant to get rid of it. Good marking, of course, by Declan Walsh. Good hooking just to put the pressure on.
Martin Dishellig and Hailey because Darrow Kwan on Balthasar. Can he count the Hogan? Over the Chlorine. With the Stacker, John Hooligan. After all, it did a lot of play.
Still plenty of time, of course. Just 12 minutes gone now in the second half, and Galway 3 points behind.
Agus an wachta peachta, ag a bhórne is gaga. Chicolini, Maras Boyd, I guess the Dacian, and you know the shedding name it. Made it not for the way of Polloider, as father as the Vichy to Kiegla, or hit a wash to what's up, like a trophy. I'm sure that I live at this Baroque one. One vanaf, agus Pumsair, no hege, the Nailit, now talk the faded, agus dish the Ara of one, and Dorna Alido.
This free by Dara Cohen needs to be pointed, just to put 2 points between the sides.
Agus Shindy and Tigadala. Walkulin, Maras Boyd, Inishigan for Floyd. Harna Colleen, I'm Shaheen, get Dara up one in front. Oh, hard 9 reached to Joe. Or Don ich so ik wird nach Lille count of Wallog in the Holden Park again. Agus puck Fabline if again the station. Also Fini, or Wiley Reed. Jacques Dormeder of on the full team. Húid on the wine, and then throw it to the Húid, count Joe Father. Get one to that, in the dollar. I think he did Padder O'Callaghan, he should hit Padder, chance to get Padder. Agus, Colleen,
That's a fine point by Peter Kelly from Sarsfields. It was made, of course, further out the field, but he took his point well.
Martin. Need an issue and Colini Moin into the pole. Legolini, Legolini. La Hook, in a lot of the hole. Jeffrey Colombo the Hurting. Colombo the Somalisa, Borup. And so Donner. After get Jet-Long, Granat. Or his thing against Jojo Hartley. Con O'Shea. Agus Alish didn't get from Chase back to the ball.
To be emphasised, Michal, that the Galway half backline have become very dominant. I'm sure the wind is having a factor in it as well, but the Galway half backline have become very strong in this second half, and Waterford have tried numerous alterations to their attack, but can't seem to get the better of the Galway half-backs.
Martin Carrowood, the flick Falker, Agus Randach and Colini Boyne, Scarron the Bordnet with Galen. Op one over the Chlorine, agus hier achterna juist de sterke Joe de Poel. Ach, Boade, en weer een live edition.
Fine effort really by Dara Cohen, just inches to the wrong side of the post.
Agus daar ieder voor de had let ook bij naar de verste had je wordt er naar het slot, de nade in de moeren, die er naar het slot die hen. In die moeren in de van verste. Daar ook gewoon naar Derek McGrath. Ach, dat is een lot of thing. Zo, on the ball, agus they give up the train. Stick John Foley, the Hannah Foley, against the goal of the
Well, the point I was making a moment ago, Michal, is emphasised by that point by Conor Donovan, because the captain from Liam Mellows, the centre half-back, showing that the Galway half-back lines are indeed on top and going forward and scoring a fabulous point.
Chap Colleen in Spride, agus the Foley, if post scored, so have got the Croke. Deze Sean P. McGill-Podrick. Als je goed 3 in zijn bal te zeggen, dat hij geonkeld zou. Ze hebben Foley met de sterk, goalachtige. Maakt bij die Raymond O'Rien. En Con O'Shea. Dat loopt Poitje. Aan de hoogte de deze scoren hij. Wel, die wijs je niet.
Good marking again by Galway, and Waterford need a score.
Agus Winted, Keith Pinnick, Monaghan, Keith Pinnick. Diana Bishley isteach in Croke. No, Bishop, or Jehant, and Bow, Corpig. Okay, Minnow, the long tool, a lot of the way, I can show his Sean P. McGillifordry. And the issue is, Raymond Orient, and energy in play, Mark, Billy, Derek McGrath, and me all Jerry.
Mihal is right, Mihal, because just the slitter seemed to just go off the grass there. Slippery conditions just leading to his misfortune.
Arshin gan Morgoine idir na fórne idir Coharak, Cohwalla, Lohan na Huide, idir Gwallan le Héle. Ach Coir Huihe, igen Naile, agus Anna Hemel, ge Sean Granaf. Gedi Princess McGillar now. Ach, Rohirach, no Princess. Lorelli, hier hoogtig. Ben erin. Als je de Coharak verloren te houden. Agus een poort, over die sluwing. Zo'n team met Galway, kijk eens, die hallo van de goal. Ja, voetbal, overal. Dan kun je van de goal. Zou je gedacht, ik was al met iets. Agus, wil je vast een chasing, met Wittige, dat ik een hallo idee, Princess met Galway, als je tegen John Poole. Agus, dan wel, dat is de allegation, dat is een red goal, en ze is tegen zijn, dat is Shannon Cochran.
Printing a goal for some time, Sean Corcoran, and it all comes about from a dominance in the half backline in midfield. Shane Walsh was the man who got it in first. Francis Ford. Francis Ford very much an integral part of this Galway minor side. It caused havoc for Patrick Harden, and he just batted it out, and Sean Corcoran was in and eventually just rolled in over the line. It's interesting as well, Michal, that Paul Flynn, who is very much the danger man on this Waterford team, has been moved to midfield to mark Shane Walsh, and he's so far out from the Galway goals, he's really causing no problems for Galway now.
Arshin, Portloige, Penderig, Agus, Pool Forest Boyd, a lot of the Huidig and Nile, because she had Darrow Cohen, and Adu Arshin, must stay the Lish of the Yannigan Bounce.
Fintan O'Shea, the Waterford midfielder, is now playing centre half forward. Ray Ryan is now playing at right half forward, and John P. Fitzpatrick is now midfield with Paul Flynn. So the Waterford team totally rearranged now.
Long fully, body go down, wicked. Agus Reece Sean O'Corcoran, a walking bounce again, body go hard now in. Jabby, not Gelson.
It's a good save by Patrick Harden, because Sean Corcoran pulled in it splendidly, but Harden saw it all the way.
Pool Forest Boyd, igen Eilid, Agus. Winter for Floyd against Sun, Agus, yet Aubrey in Imminir. Corcoranach Reece and Sun, ach, iedere stikste kaart nou, ik heb het ook shit en Monto in. Agus, Fox there, I hope to get the for Floyd again. Fox pool better gestahad, de back, Fox pool better gestahad, dan Eilid. Hoe doet het nog een? Kaptein en Taraf with Dorfulin, is Tushke, Okoman, Liami Valisa, Shedirik, Progress and Sifulin is Forest by the Haffa. Roada, it came a lot of play.
Well, if Galway are going to lose this All-Ireland minor final, I think they can blame the last 5 minutes or so, because they've had loads of opportunities to firmly establish their superiority out the field, but have failed to capitalise on it, and still are only 3 points to the good.
Sifulin is Hankin, agus Maino Mati Parker, and the Yannick the Day Shinish, or Head Hadro Calic, the Nile. But the Princess McGillar Nog, as Jessica Princess, my counting and counter score, I'm sure. Agus Sifulin Nile.
I think they must have heard me all, because they needed that point just to make sure. 4 points now, and Galway looking like potential All-Ireland minor champions, because the Waterford team very much disarranged and in a bit of a panic at the moment. Good point for Galway though.
agus tá nó tá héige prinsias a bheit gimmar san tusa hebí sé gimmar san tusa hecha mápáirci ha sé gimmar John dúsanú. Agus de sile ige macilar ná Harford na státar porfí san áteiste méireach agus tar go bhfuil bán príomh hábán príomhige le dán rí agus le gaiilimspel na gailí. Adra Calic with the Higgett Mosso Medisa. Reached and Donovan and Captain. I just go hit and score if I give it together. On the knock, Winter shoe. O'Feeney, I guess Kalish came from Sonnet Mosso Feeney.
Just to the left of pitch actually, Mihal, was Paul Flynn, the left corner forward, playing now in his own half back line. It's just an image or a picture of what way the Waterford team is at the moment.
Agus onadí take ar a bord den Gailib, sné Irla ó Ciaráin take ar a bord agus a bé Colmó dohortig, se Colmó dohortig an bláantasach I mihid an bord a hrúsú hinse an san cientig an Gailib, sean ó Ciaráin ó Ortínse Guide take ar a bord an áit Chalimi Gohortig. Se him na chuúdá Donovan agus bhí sé mihimach mudad le blí. Hoft le blíine a bheith gán dus na déise agus scór a tasdáil go géarúcha. An tám mu sleanú leis Hócach sé ómatí gulí agus bhfuil prinsias macilar ná an bhfuil Mosso Caila ag gemecht an bord comma do fortláige geall roch go bhfuil. Agus bhíon Macáric take ar a bord gan áitiú mar sin a hrúg an dáhir. Bhíon Macáric ríist áchosint a dhéanamh I gangailig. Ar líam I bhfuil ísa Captain agus anhas báintas a húthaig I gceasa tarna le. Agus Sean Brynach ó mailis, Sean Brynach an tar ápáidge an Balterson. Willing Council na Joan Tablini.
Francis Ford has gotten a lot of praise during this match, and I think we should also emphasise Shane Walsh, his midfield partner, playing very well.
Fiftas na déise, Anthony O'Ciarabáin, agus O'Feeney O'Ciarabáin, agus Chat and Taction Vientor Derek O'Ciarabáin, Gadascally, Raymond O'Reilly, Council to Gadascally, Croke Sara Hibbon, Croke gave me hollow on the hole. The Hall Febru, agus Shahe, Hadro, Shahe, Sean shows the goal on oin. Alish Dienton, the Genigi Hoping Council, Obey, Legan Taro, Obey Blinish, no, come on, no, Fartige Sean Brunner. Sean Joseph, Con O'Shea, agus Pug Christensen for a chuúdá Donovan agus é teachtamach, mar sin, anna chosint diantig an Donovanach go mór sa tarna le.
This was no effort whatsoever being made by the Waterford man to play the ball. Conor Donovan unquestionably being fouled. But it should be noted, of course, that there is a light drizzle falling and making conditions very slippery now. Just to hold on to the Hurley is a problem, but it's as bad for Galway, obviously, as it is for Waterford. For Waterford seems to be incapable at the moment of dealing with it.
Agus é hénig, ópige popsairsa, na chuúdá Donovan, agus Kerry Coolini faras bádige chuir na gailí, Jaun Roch, with Cheddar Schleed and Tarna Wade, Lady Gochtau Tree, Water on the Fair Yeti. It be on the Stahad of Hinny Wig Notation, Lady Gochta Stahad, Agus Comora, for a Regan, Yanashin of that, the top of the Noble Talk of Holes, so that the Kerry Coolini can did it. They had Londonach, Stephenson, one of the York Heroine, and the Hansig shoe, that the Yerk Sarah. Sean Joseph, Oronoin, Marguerite Mosso Feeney. The Geisha Febru, agus na hen Willie 4-8 yn Don O'Shea. Cadro Calig, agos e Rwfagoedd. Rwad e heb y laif i ddysgu i gytadr.
There's 4 minutes left now, and Waterford, not alone do they need a goal, but they need to get possession obviously first, and they're finding it impossible to get past the midfield combination of Francis Ford and Shane Walsh.
Mae mae'r anam o'ch ydych sy'n sychlwyd o maich na deisio cwl yn hysio. Fe Giorgio Hartleif is cael ei sdiant again.
It's great play by Dara Cohen, showing some of the skills of hurling. The block down not once but twice. Excellent play by Dara Cohen.
Agos deisio gyda Cadro Calig. Deisio gyda Ceri Pwlini a chwrdd yn y ffwrdd. Da'n eir o'ch eisiau Count o'ch ydych sy'n dros non fychdol o ddwy i adagos na deisio. Agos oes yn gynt again, Pwlini yn y hoff o'ch sy'n
Fine point by Peter Kelly. His third of the afternoon, and it puts 5 points between the sides now. Galway well on their way.
Cwp Pwlini paras boed i gyngailif agos tîm play rhaid o'm at ffocus y chlwyd. Trahe, Daro Cwon. Rydych gyda'n o'n adwy, Iarlo o Ciarawyn. O'r hyn, gymach ystig i gem, Odrig o Harnawyn. Mach a Jo Lora Hwyd. Rysg yn dyn o fanach, Cyntysig. O'r chlwyd Imrig yn hyn o fanach, agos tŵr y sef e sgwr, agos Anna Pwlini yn sgwr o'r dyn o fanach.
I think you better write down the name of Conor Donovan, because he's a player that has dominated this second half from centre half back. His second point, and certainly a very fine captain for Galway.
Hen dynnu o chahar na gael ha i gymers, digans cadem o hwysbont os had na gwyge, agos Cadro Calig, i'r dŵr tor hege podig o ddonyd, os o ffyn e, tach na gawdig. A rysg yn glwn o fanach, pan bysig agos bwyti'r vertige, agos y triw dynnu achor da hege. Sgrif cast da yen o fige, agos ordi ar achos dech a John Howl. Ach tepe he, ysdig, ed o Ciarawyn, ond stydd ar y count dw.
Superb play by Conor Donovan though, because not only had he got control, but he had mobility, he had balance, he had everything right there. Just the finishing at the end, not exactly what he would have wished for.
Wel, Nilian Aurus, nag y fydd yn gael i fe han o'ch blan yn ish, Nigel, o siach na sig. Wolfen tytad ystach gyda Sean Brynach. Sean Ofryn, heb na laifig glei achos cwmylis cipwyd i'r. Mae pa rwhyr oes, cyswl, gyfel rwhyr oes, rys yn gael i. Dod caher le hen y 3 dyr. Shea Pwlini paras boedico, agos gan ffocach lenwm ydyn nhw marsin. Agos bydd yn sians dyrnach o ffôl o'ch lein ha, lot portid o'r parna leg, agos sio heb hôl ymach leis y rwhar ein y drwg ymas y parna leg yn isa. Wyntys dach ag agos ffordd hyn yn ein drwg yn ei holo bod y hwl. Lech hwpl agos byddem o'r gelwr y feg yn gehyd agos ag liam yn o'ch.
Shows the dominance of Galway in this second half, that with just 2 minutes left in this match, that Paul Flynn got his first touch of the ball.
Giorgio Hartleif, Snech a Jo Fiel o Foedi. Agos yn Heilig, Pwysyn Cyma, Sahol o Moro, Sach Dymach nes i Slytr. Agos Tippe Henson, yn Anthony o Ciarawyn, ac sio hef yn Ton o Shea. Pwnt Loch. Agos y Rys, ta hysgro Mahanson, Derek McGrath, ac sio hef Derek y Rys, ar 3 mwy. Yn ein a gol. Again, Sean Brynach. Daar hig het was om met Ise. Hij is wel dood in de tachte gauwd. Zo heet dit Sean Brynach. Op Ciarawyn. En hij mag Harris en de vliegen het kop twee vliegen de Nijlef. No met de pas dinner met die het immer mee. Kom aan de boer in de Nijlef. Shea Pwlini paras boedig. Agus.
No question that Galway deserved this All-Ireland title. Better balanced, far more even side right across the board, deserving All-Ireland champions.
Agus yn chwil, wytio i gyngailif i'r cwch o'ch yn clod o'n parna dod o wir. Wytio cwch o'n parna ywyd, wedi a gostal 3, fi yn bwydiad nach o cwch, agus y hana hyn, cwch gif, i'r City Shees i'r daloch yn Don O'Sheanson, agus y chomad Ciana, Antid o Ciarawyn, agus, wel, i'r Anna Gimoch, Gydronach, agus kan heb na bedisht, wytio i'r gynwyd, cwch y gref na heirin, pan gynt bawt o rio. Ábált a Rimische, wieder a Great na Héden, wieder Croke.